morning children. Today I am going to start the lesson of modern millionaire. In the earlier class I already told you the story. Now I am going to tell you about the modern millionaire, and the author of the lesson is Oscar Wilde. It is already mentioned on the book. So here what does in this lesson it tells you? It gives you a very good knowledge how you should be, how you help others, how you treat others, the same way even you will be treated. Means you must treat every human being as your own. So whenever others are in need, even if you help them, in return you will get in abundance the blessings or the need or the help whenever you are in need of. So this lesson begins like this, children. Yogi Erickson was a very good looking young man. He was liked and admired by both men and women. He never said an unkind word about anyone. So who is Yogi Erickson, children? So he is a very good looking man. He liked and he was admired by both every men and women. All used to like him. He was a very kind, loving person. And he never said any unkind word about anyone. Means he was not bothered of anyone. He did not disturb anybody. He was very kind to each and everyone. But he was not very clever and never had any money. So he was not so clever enough to make money or to do some work and to save money, or that way that cleverness was not there, but his nature, his behavior was very kind. He was always changing his job and had tried everything. At one time he had worked on the stock exchange, which had lasted for 6 months. He had been a tea merchant for a little longer then, but soon got tired of selling tea. Then he tried selling sherry instead, but again he failed. At last he gave up trying to work and lived on 200 pounds a year given to him by an old aunt. So you can see how many work he went on changing. Means he is not getting satisfied, he is not happy with the work, or he doesn't like to do that work, same work in the same place for a longer time, and at last he decides to remain with the money which is given by the aunt. So what are the jobs he has changed, children? He was always changing his job and had tried everything. At one time he had worked. So in the beginning where he was working for the stock exchange, which had lasted for 6 months. So in the stock exchange he was working for 6 months, and later on he had been a tea merchant. He started selling tea and he became a tea merchant for a little longer than that, but soon even he got tired of selling tea. Then he tried selling sherries instead, but again he failed. At last he gave up trying to work, and what he did, he was living with the money which his aunt was giving. His aunt was giving him 200 pounds a year. One of his old aunt, for annually about 200 pounds a year she was giving him, and he thought that I will sit and I will eat with that money and I won't do any work. Only thing, he was kind, he was good nature, but he did not want to. He was getting bored doing the same work again and again. Now he was in love with a girl called Laura Merton, who was the daughter of a retired colonel. Laura loved him very much, and together they made a handsome couple. Of course, neither of them had money. The colonel, although he had Yogi, would not allow them to get married. So now what happened? Now even though he doesn't have any work, he is only depending on the auntie, the money which is given by the auntie. On top of that, he is fallen in love with a girl. Her name is Laura Merton, who was the daughter of a retired colonel. So both of them loved each other, but they were saying that they made a handsome couple. They were a very good couple, both of them. That is Yogi Erickson and Laura Merton. But of course, neither of them had any money. Means either Laura was working nor Yogi Ericsson was working. So the colonel already, he like Yogi, would not allow them to get married. So, come to me, my boy. Who says this? Colonel says this. When you have got 10,000 pounds of your own, and we will see about it. He would say, poor Yogi, he was very miserable. So what now? There is one challenge in front of him. Laura's father has said, only if you have got 10,000 pounds with you, which you have earned and which you have got with your hand. If you have got so much money, then you come and ask my daughter's hand. Then only I will give. Otherwise, I won't allow you to marry my daughter. So he calls him and he says, you earn and show me 10,000 pounds. And oh, that he was having pity on him and he was very miserable. Who was miserable? Yogi Ericsson. He didn't wanted to work. He didn't wanted to do the same type of work. He did not have money and Colonel wanted him to bring and show him 10,000 pounds. Next, the part is the painter. This is about one of the painter who was, his name is Alan Trevor. So here children, one morning on his way to see Laura, Yogi called in to see a friend of his who lived quite near. So one morning on his way, he was going to see his girlfriend, that is Laura. That time Yogi called in to see. He went to meet one of his friends. His friend's name was Alan Trevor. So on the way when he is going to meet Laura, whom he is going to meet, he thought of meeting his friend who was a painter and his name was Alan Trevor. And Trevor was a painter. He was a strange man with a red beard. However, he was a clever artist and many people brought his paintings. So Alan Trevor was a very good painter. Many people liked him and many of his paintings, he is a very good artist and many of his paintings are being sold. When Yogi came in, he found Trevor finishing the full-size picture of a beggar man. The beggar himself was standing on a raised platform in a corner of the room. He was an old man, bent and wrinkled, with a piteous look on his face. Over his shoulder, he had a rag brown coat, all torn and dirty. His thick boots were patched and well worn, and with one hand he leaned on a rough stick. In the other hand, he held out a hat for money. So this is about the description of a beggar. So now here you can see Alan Trevor is drawing a painting and a beggar is standing and he is drawing his picture. So when Yogi came in, he already found Trevor has finished a full-size picture of a beggar man. So the beggar himself was standing on a raised platform. So he was standing in the corner of the room on a raised platform and Alan Trevor was drawing the picture of a beggar. So how was a beggar to look like? He was an old man, bent and wrinkled. Means he is old, he has got wrinkle. Wrinkle means old people has got wrinkle, no? So he was bent and he had wrinkle with a piteous look on his face. A piteous look was there on the beggar's face, and over his shoulder he had a ragged brown coat. So it was a ragged means which is very old, very like a beggar's how they use the ragged clothes. So he also had one ragged brown coat, all torn and dirty. It was not clean also and it was only fully torn. His thick boots were patched and well worn. So he had shoes. He had boots. Boots mean shoes. And those also shoes, they were all patchwork on the shoes. And with one hand, he leaned on a rough stick. So, and he had one stick in his hand and he was leaning on the stick. In the other hand, he held out a hat for money. So, in one hand, he had a stick and in other hand he had a hat to beg for money. So this was the description of a beggar. What a wonderful model, whispered Yugi as he shook hands with his friend. So looking at the painting of the beggar which was already done by his friend Alan Trevor, Yugi was happy and he is saying what a wonderful model it is, and he was very happy to shake hands with his friend. A wonderful model, shouted Trevor at the top of his voice. I should think so. You won't meet a beggar like him every day. So, a wonderful model. Who says this? Alan Trevor says. And he says at his top of his voice, you won't find like this beggar anywhere nowadays. Poor old man, said Yugi. How miserable he looks. So now Yugi thinks he is a real beggar whose picture he was painting, and he is having pity on him, and he is saying how miserable he looks. Of course, replied Trevor. You don't want a beggar to look happy, do you? So what Alan says, Alan Trevor, yes, the beggar should be like that only. You want a beggar to be happy? It is the real picture of a big beggar which I have done. How much does a model get for a sitting? Asked Yugi. 10 pence an hour. So Yugi is asking how much you are paying for that beggar, for doing the painting of that person. So he is saying, I give him for hour, I will give him 10 pence per hour. And how much do you get for your picture, Alan? Oh, for this I get 2,000 pounds. So for the whole picture he is getting 2,000 pounds, and for the person whose picture he is drawing and standing all the time in front of him to draw his picture, he is getting only 10 pence. Well, I think the model should get some part of that, cried Yugi laughing. He is working quite as hard as you. So even he also is standing on the stadium in the corner for a long time, doing the action of holding a stick, bending wrinkles and holding a hat for a longer time till you finish. So even he should get the little more amount, better amount for the hard work even that person is doing. This is said by Yugi to Alan Trevor. Nonsense, nonsense. Why? Look at all the trouble of putting on the paint and standing up all day. It's not easy work, I can tell you. Now do stop talking. I am very busy. Smoke a cigarette and keep quiet. So now who gets angry? Alan Trevor gets angry because Yugi told him to give the beggar little more amount. So he is saying, I am standing all the way, I am wasting my energy, I am painting, and it is not an easy work to do so, and you are telling me, so don't talk nonsense, stop talking nonsense. Who is saying this all? Alan Trevor is saying to Yugi, I am busy. So you sit quietly there and smoke a cigarette, but don't talk, keep quiet. This is told by Alan Trevor to Yugi. The next part is about the model. After some time, a servant came to tell Trevor that the frame maker wanted to speak to him. So now the painting is over. So now the frame worker, one of the servant comes and tells Alan Trevor, the frame worker has come and he wants to talk to you. Don't go away, Yugi, he said as he went out. I will be back in a moment. So when he is going to meet the framework, what he is saying, Yugi, you don't go away, I'll come within a moment, so be here only sitting. The old beggar man sat down on a wooden seat that was behind him. He looked so lonely and sad that Yugi could not help feeling sorry for him. He felt in his pocket to see what money he had. All he could find was a sovereign. So now the beggar's painting is over. He sat there where he was standing. He sat there. But who is feeling pity? Yugi is feeling pity. He is saying he looks so lonely and sad. So Yugi could not, and he was feeling sorry for the beggar, and he started searching what money, whether he has got any money in his pocket, and at last he finds one sovereign in his pocket. Poor man, he thought, he needs it more than I do, and he walked across the room and slipped the sovereign into the beggar's hand. So now Yugi is feeling sorry for the beggar, and he goes near the beggar and slowly he gives the one sovereign which he had, he puts it in the beggar's hand. The old man jumped and a faint smile crossed his lips. "Thank you, sir," he said. "Thank you." So the old man was happy. The beggar was happy because he gave him a coin and he had a faint smile. A simple smile he gave crossed the lips and he said, "Thank you, sir." Then Trevor arrived and Yugi said goodbye and left, feeling a little silly at what he had done. Then later on Trevor comes, then Yugi says, "I have to leave," and he leaves from that place. But he was feeling a little silly for what he has done. He has given only one sovereign for that beggar because he is poor and he needs more money. That night he went to the Palette Club at about 11 o'clock and found Trevor having a drink by himself. So that night, this one, Yugi, he goes to the Palette Club at 11 o'clock night. That time whom he sees? He sees Alan Trevor having a drink in the club. Well Alan, did you get the picture finished all right? He asked as he lit a cigarette. So picture is already over, or what is asked by to whom? To Alan. "Finished and framed, my boy," answered Trevor. "And you might like to know that the old model you saw likes you very much. I had to tell him all about you, who you are, where you live, how much you earn, what you are going to do in the future." So I finished the model, I completed everything, even the framing is over, everything is done. So Alan Trevor is explaining to whom? Yugi Erickson. And later on he is saying, the beggar, the old model beggar was there. He liked you very much. He was very pleased with you, and later on I have to tell you the whole story about you, who you are, where you live, how much you are earning, what you are doing, and what is your future. "My dear Alan," cried Yugi, "I shall probably find him at home waiting for me. But of course you are only joking. Poor old thing. I wish I could do something for him. I think it is dreadful that anyone should be so miserable. I have got heaps of old clothes at home. Do you think he would like any of them? Why, his rags were falling to bits." So now when this one Yugi is telling about the explanation of poor beggar, means he wants him to help that beggar. So what does he say? "My dear Alan," who is saying? Yugi is saying, "I shall probably find him at home waiting for me." So I wish he would have come to my home and he is waiting because he is going in begging, he thought, and he might be coming near my house also for begging. But of course you are only joking. Poor old thing. I wish I could do something for him. So Yugi is saying, I wish I could have done something for him, because even Yugi Erickson doesn't have anything to give to the beggar. "I think it is dreadful that anyone should be so miserable. I have got heaps of old clothes at home." So he is so miserable. So I think I have got some old clothes which can be useful for the beggar. Who is saying this? Yugi Erickson is saying. "So do you think he would like any of them?" He is asking Alan Trevor. Why his rags were falling to bits, because his clothes were all torn and it was in bits. So I think he might take the clothes which I might accept. "But he looks so wonderful in them," said Trevor. "I wouldn't paint him in a good suit for anything. However, I tell him of your offer. And now tell me, how is Laura?" The old model was quite interested in her. So now this one is asking, okay, I'll ask him whether he is in need of But now he is asking how is Laura. Who is asking? Alan Trevor is asking. Yugi, the old model was quite interested in her. The old model means the beggar was interested in her. He wanted to know about her. You don't mean to say you talked to him about her too? Cried Yugi. So Yugi is getting angry. He is saying, you spoke even about Laura Merton with that beggar? Certainly I did. He knows all about the Colonel, the lovely Laura and the 10,000 pounds. Yes, he knows everybody. He knows Laura Merton, he knows the Colonel, and also he knows about the challenge which the Colonel has given you about 10,000 to marry his daughter. So here I am going to end the lesson. The next part I am going to continue in the next class. Thank you children for watching the video.